panicking. Don't panic. No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
A stitch up. It was a stitch up.
Upset. When I lose the small side of games, I'm upset. Because that's the fucking standard. When I don't see a team that wants to play the Champions League. You want to play the Champions League? Play the Champions League. And the same to you and everybody. And everybody that comes on the bench to contribute, to help. We work so hard to be here, and we give it away. The good thing we have.
Do you think the best team lost this time?
I think so, yeah. Especially for 160 minutes. I'm saying that, and they are saying that because they just told me that.
Who did the PSG bench?
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta. Oh, boss, that game against Bournemouth was crazy. The last-minute goal, we went nuts. Though some people say every time we win a game, we celebrate like we won the league. We don't over-celebrate, do we, boss?
Oh, no. No, Martin Odegaard. I don't think so.
Welcome back from Middleton Northside, LDN Caramba. Good morning to everybody locked in. And we got news. Arsenal in advanced talks for Hincapie, the Ecuadorian centre-back that can also play as a left-back from Bayer Leverkusen, is in advanced talks with Arsenal. He's a player that rejected Spurs when they were interested in him. And looks like we're bringing in another centre-back. And listen, I don't watch this player. I don't watch the Bundesliga like that. I have to keep it real. I don't. So I'll judge him the same way I judge Timber, the same way I judge other players that come in from other leagues that I don't watch. I'll give him a couple of games. But it does, you know, I'm not angry at the signing. I'm not mad at it. I just kind of feel like, why are we going for another centre-back? What was the point of getting Mascara? Is Mascara going to start? Is he not going to start? We're seeing news about Kivior. Porto are still in for Kivior. Another centre back. Look, I've questioned the quality of Mascara. Once again, didn't watch him like that, but he finished 12th with Valencia last season. He could be a good centre back. He's looked okay when he's played a couple of minutes, but at the same time, what's the actual point? If Mascara's not good enough, why didn't we just go in for this Hincapie centre back in the first place? So that's what's making me, question it a little bit. Why are we once again going in for another defender after another defender? I mean, he can play left back, so maybe he's rotation for Skelly. In that sense, I understand it. If he can play well as a left back, I'll keep it honest. I've been saying that we need another left back because the other left backs ain't good enough. Other than Skelly, Calafiori is not good enough. Zinchenko is not good enough. So if he's another left back, then I get it. He is a centre back that can play left back. Maybe it's another Ben White situation where he's a better fullback than he is a centre back. If that's the case, I completely understand it. I'm actually not mad at it. But yeah, if he's rotation for Skelly, it makes sense. Maybe Mascara is the one that's rotation for Saliba and Gabriel. I completely get it. But at the same time, we do need another left back. Let's just keep it real. Kivior, if you believe what's out there in the papers at the moment, Kivior is going to Porto. Apparently, Arsenal won 21 million. Porto want to play 21 million. Arsenal are looking for around 30 million. So if we're getting rid of Kivior probably would have been the adequate cover for Skelly this season. But since we're getting rid of him and he wants certain game time, it makes sense that we're getting rid of Kivior and we're bringing in another left back. If this Hincapie is going to mainly be played as a left back, it makes sense to go in and get another left back. Like I said, injuries can happen. We've already seen how many players have we got injured now? Do you know what I mean? Odegaard, Saka. You know what I mean? Numerous players out now. Do you know what I mean? Havertz. So we do need the club to be forward thinking. But at the same time, what makes me skeptical is there's a lot of times we buy in these kind of players and it doesn't work out. There's a lot of defenders we tried out and it hasn't worked out. To be fair, Berta, we have to give him the opportunity to see certain players if they're actually good enough. You know what I mean? But like I said, the Zinchenko experiment at left back didn't work. The Calafiori experiment at left back hasn't worked. Trusty didn't work. Kivior didn't work. That's already 4 defenders. 4 defenders that this manager's brought in haven't been good enough to the level. So this is why some of us are skeptical. This is why some of us look at it and say, okay, listen, it's good that Arsenal are still going out there buying players. Like I said, getting another left back, is it as urgent as getting in another striker? I mean, if Gyökeres gets injured, we're back to Moreno. Is it as urgent of getting another winger? Another winger. Who's competing with Saka? Saka's injured right now. Yeah, I mean, Lookman's out there. That's a winger that gets into our starting lineup. Why are we not going in for someone like that? I don't know. You know, is that really the priority? Is that the main priority? Getting in another left back at this point in time? I don't know. I really don't know. Like I said, we're obviously trying to get certain players off the books, which is fair. But this Hincapie guy, 23 years old, and according to Fabrizio Romano, he's agreed personal terms of Arsenal. Apparently, we're looking to get him in with a loan with an obligation to buy. That's probably to spread out the costs, so that we don't lay out all the money now. And you know, we can spread out the cost. Listen, however it gets done, it is what it is. My opinion on the player will be when I see more from the player. I think these days it's okay for you to sometimes say, listen, this is a player I haven't watched a lot. It's not a player I've seen a lot from. I'll judge him in a couple of games at my club, and that's how I'm looking at it. Like I said, I just feel like Saka getting injured, Havertz injured. I think we should have prioritized getting a winger and a striker. That's definitely positions that we need strengthening in urgently. We need strengthening in. Madueke is not good enough. Not good enough. And you saw the other day exactly why he's not good enough. Do you know what I mean? Trossard should have never given him a contract extension. Not a contract extension, a pay rise. We're struggling to get rid of him and his previous wages. Now, then we went and gave him a boost in money. It doesn't make no sense to me. Martinelli, he's done out here. So then you're down to Ethan, Dowman, and Saka. We need another winger. And there's players out there that are available. So I don't know what we're doing. Like I said, Gyökeres, anything happens to Gyökeres, God forbid anything happens to Gyökeres, we're back at the same position that we was in last season. That's literally it. One injury, we're back at the same position. We're back in the same position. Yeah, we got some youngsters that are balling out and playing well. Like I said, I'm not going to diss the signing because at the end of the day, it'd be disingenuous of me. I don't watch the player enough, but I'm just saying maybe we are going in for another attacker, but we need another attacker, and the injuries that are piling up is looking crazy at the moment. So I don't know. We could have still, you know, not saying that we can't go and get another left back, but we could have managed. We could have went and got another attacker. I don't know. For me, it's just looking a little bit. It's looking a little bit crazy for me right now. I can't even lie. The way we're looking right now, it's looking a bit mad going in and getting another defender. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe some of you lot don't agree with me, but for me, I'm sorry, bro. Havertz injured, Ben White injured, Jesus injured. Do you know what I mean? Saka injured. I don't know. It's looking a little bit crazy right now for us. It's looking a little bit crazy, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up family. Tamzaki, man. Tamzaki. Yeah, I mean, I'm good, bro. Big up Nosa. Big up, bro. Come on, you Gunners. Big up, bro. Another left back. Oh my God, man, got to be taking the piss. Listen, I'll be real. I actually do think we need another left back, but we should be getting another left back and we should be getting another attacker, in my opinion. Like I said, Saka's out. So now, really and truly, this manager should be playing Ethan and Dowman on the wings. Do you know what I mean? Anything happened to one of them ones, you're back to playing Madueke, you're back to playing Trossard, you're back to playing Martinelli. It ain't looking good. Especially not going out there getting another striker. That's a massive risk, man. That's a massive risk. I can't lie. You know what I mean? Obviously, the number 10, we got Eze, we got Odegaard, we got Dowman and that can play there. But still, we're utilizing, what we're really doing is utilizing Ethan and Dowman to play multiple positions because they're in competition for the number 10. They're also in competition for the wing, the roles on the wings. So you can only play one position at a time. I just think that we need to go out there and address the lack of quality on the wings and the lack of options in terms of strikers. And listen, for me, Moreno playing up front is not good. Even when Havertz comes back, he ain't good enough. Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Free at the back. He didn't learn that from Pep, so I don't even see Arteta playing free at the back. He didn't learn that from Pep. Hincapie played in a back three most times at Leverkusen, but I believe so. His preferred position is centre back, but can do a job at left back. Okay. So we got another centre back after getting a centre back. This is what doesn't make sense to me. Like we already got. Like, why did we buy Mascara then? Like I don't really get it. I don't really get it. And we don't play in the back three. So I don't know. This is sounding a little bit, I don't know, man. A little bit all over the place, if I'll be completely honest. It sounded a little bit all over the place. Like we've got a centre back that likes to play in the back three. We don't play in the back three. He can do a job at left back, but he's not a left back. But I've heard this all before. Another left back that doesn't play left back. You know what I mean? Just Zinchenko part 2, Calafiori part 2. Like what? I don't know. I'm skeptical about the signing. I won't cuss it, but I'm very skeptical about this signing. And where we've been putting our priorities, let's just be real. Like we haven't been putting our priorities in the right places at times this transfer window. Do you know what I mean? Kepa wasn't the best choice backup goalkeeper we could have got. Norgard wasn't an option that we absolutely had to go and get. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially after this manager by Moreno. It looks like he's always trying to correct his past mistakes. Like Calafiori is supposed to be the correction for Zinchenko. Norgard's supposed to be the correction for Moreno. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. In my opinion. Like, Madueke is supposed to be the correction for flipping Marquinhos leaving now for about 2.5 million. Like, I don't know. The whole thing just seems like Gyökeres is supposed to be the correction for Havertz. It just seems like we're always trying to correct past mistakes. Do you know what I mean? Mascara is supposed to be the correction for Kivior. Like, these players were brought in by this manager, not been able to do what needs to be done. And now we're going in back again to go get players in that position because we're recorrecting mistakes of the past. That's how it looks like for me. Because if Kivior was good enough, we probably would have got Mascara and that's it. We might have not even got Mascara. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It seems a little bit like we're just recorrecting past mistakes that were actually made by this guy. It's not mistakes that he inherited. These are mistakes that he did. I don't know. If they sell Kivior and buy Hincapie, that's actually a decent squad upgrade. He is decent prospect and more aggressive than what we have. We need that. Listen, like I said, my final opinion on the player will be when I see more of him. But at the end of the day, I understand why some people would be skeptical that don't watch the guy, that don't watch that league. I can understand it. As an Arsenal fan, I can understand why some people are skeptical. Do you know what I mean? Because we've been let down numerous times about this player's going to be this player's going to be that. But we'll see. He comes in, we'll give him a chance. And listen, if he turns out to be a top player, I'm sure, everybody will be like, yo, do you know what I mean? Like when we bought Timber, I didn't watch Timber like that. And then he started performing. I said, yo, this is a top player, top defender. Look at Timber now, our best right back. Hands down. Ben White used to be our best right back. Now it's Timber. Do you know what I mean? It's Timber. So I'll give it a chance. I'll give the player a fair chance and see. Do you know what I mean? Madueke, I've already seen Madueke, so it's a different situation. Havertz, I've already seen Havertz. I've seen enough of these players to know they're not good enough. So those were different situations. Those are players that I've seen week in, week out, not be good enough for previous clubs in the Premier League. So I knew that these men ain't gonna work out for them at Arsenal. Lookman is a good player, cheap alternative. That's what I mean. This is what I mean. Like, we should have been raising funds anyway. Like, it's funny how all of a sudden, like a couple of weeks ago, it was the whole thing about we didn't have money. All of a sudden, boom, we got Eze. All of a sudden, boom, we're getting Hincapie. It's funny that, isn't it? I thought we were broke just a week ago. Like, we ain't sold no one yet. I know we're looking to get rid of Kivior, but we're still negotiating with Porto between they want 21 million for the player, we want 30. You know what I mean? I'm already going out and getting Eze over the line, going and getting Hincapie over the line. It's funny, innit? When there's pressure, all of a sudden this club can find money. All of a sudden we ain't broke, innit? It's actually a miracle that all of a sudden we ain't broke, innit? Do you know what I mean? Puta que pariu. Big up Northside. This will be the 8th left back. Mad. This is what I mean, bro. This is what I mean. It is crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's recorrecting past mistakes. That's what it is. You can't say anything else about it. It is recorrecting past mistakes. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Someone calling me. Yo, my G, I'll call you after, man. I'm streaming. What's good, people? Big up Northside. Big up, bro. Injuries are creeping up. They are. They are. Do you know what I mean? Anything happens to Gyökeres right now, yeah, I know Havertz is injured. We're playing either Jesus or we're playing Moreno. You know what I mean? What player would you sign who's available? I ain't even seen everyone that's available because a lot of players that were available that are not now available I wanted. So it's one of them ones, bro. So it's down to the club, bro. Let them decide. Lookman is one of them. You know what I mean? Lookman is one of them. I wanted Constantine as well. I've been saying about what I wanted Constantine. But they're not going to go out there and get it. Pavlidis, I've been shouting about get Pavlidis. But I don't want to go get Pavlidis. So, you know what I mean? If he's going to be a left back for us, would we be better off in getting Grimaldo from Leverkusen? Grimaldo is a very good player. He's a very good player. I've seen more of Grimaldo in it because of the time at Benfica. So, I mean, it would be unfair for me to compare because I've seen more from Grimaldo and I haven't seen much from this Hincapie brother. So yeah, man, big up to everyone locked in, man. Yeah, you know I mean, Berta is way better than Edu, which isn't hard. Yeah, well, it isn't hard, but you know what? Like, I've paused on the Berta out for the moment, but there has been some things I haven't liked. I can't lie. Eze, I liked. Gyökeres, I liked. Zubimendi, I liked those 3 signings. My problem though is going out there getting Norgard, going out there getting Kepa, going out there getting Mascara. You know what I mean? Mascara, Hincapie. You know what I mean? But Madueke was another one I didn't like. So it's a mix. It's a mixed bag. It's better than Edu, but there's signings there that I'm like, some of them are Edu-esque. You know what I mean? I have to be honest. Some of them are Edu-esque kind of signings, but some of them are really good signings. Edu wouldn't have got Eze over the line. Edu wouldn't have got Zubimendi over the line. Edu wouldn't have got Gyökeres over the line, 100%. So I don't know, man. I feel like it's in terms of what we needed to do, I'm still giving it like 6 out of 10. I'll be real. I'm giving it 6 out of 10. I'm giving it 6 out of 10. And I'm giving it 6 out of 10 because there's still a lot of positions that need replacing with big quality. And what do I mean by that? We still need somebody to compete with Saka. Oh yeah, Saka's injured. We needed 2 strikers. We need to overhaul our whole attack. I don't care. This is what we needed. This is what we needed. Yeah, cool. We got the number 10. Cool. We do need a deep line playmaker. We do need a deep line playmaker. We do need a left back. And we do need a left winger of quality, not a Madueke. Do you know what I'm saying? And the centre back. Some of the positions have been filled. But it's a massive question mark if they're good enough. We went and got Mascara. Now we're going to get Hincapie. We'll see if they're anywhere near the level of Gabriel and Saliba, or if they're going to be another Kivior or another Rob Holding or Callum Chambers or those players that comfortably sit on the bench. We're going to see. We're going to see. Massive question marks. That's why I can't rate it more than a 6. Yeah. Madueke, not good enough as a player, but we'll see what his function is going to be in the squad to justify the 52 million. We're going to see. Also, Norgard, very box standard player. For me, average. I just feel like he's the Danish El Neni. I don't really see how that's an upgrade on anything that we had before. I don't really see it. You know what I mean? So it's been a mixed bag. You know what I mean? Kepa, you man better get ready. If we got to rely on Kepa, anything happens to David Raya, we are fucked. And what's this inside? We are finished, bro. Anything happens to David Raya, yeah, we are done out here. Absolutely done out here. So yeah, you know, better pray that we don't have to rely on man like Raya, bro. You lot better pray, bro. Because if we got to rely on a man like Kepa, yeah, it's gonna be a long season for us. A long season. long season. Well, it's up to Arteta and his team to manage these players and their well-being. He can't just run down anyone, then expect more signings. Oh, we are short. What the hell is going on, bro? He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to manage it. We should have bought Hincapie instead of Calafiori. Have him and MLS as our left backs. Yeah, bro. It is what it is. We just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he'll play as a left back. Arteta needs a new left back every transfer window. And why is that? Because the previous left back he bought ain't good enough. And this is why I've got a massive question mark when it comes to this player. But like I said, I'll give him a chance. Like every player, I'll give him a chance. If I haven't watched the player, I'll give him a chance. Arteta refuses to move away from what he learned from Pep 6 years ago. Yeah, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. Do you know what I mean? It's getting worse, bro. It's the more he fixes for himself instead of copying Pep's homework, the worse it gets for him, bro. If he needs a left back, just buy a left back. But nah, he has to try to convert him to a left back. You gotta laugh, man. It's not a hard concept, is it? It's not a hard concept. It's really not a hard concept, but we'll see, man. He's an upgrade. A lot of you are saying good things about this Hincapie guy. A lot of you are saying good things, to be fair. We have also been linked with the Girona right back. Yeah. We're going to get into that. This Arnau Martinez, the right back from Girona. I can't lie. Don't watch him. Never seen him before. Don't know. I really don't know. We've been linked with quite a few, man. This Ian Siberi, I think it's Siaberi or Siberi, the 18-year-old right winger from Riverplate. Apparently, we've been linked to him as well, but it's a deal that we may not be able to get done this window. But apparently, we're being linked to him. I don't know, man. Like, apparently, Barcelona are interested as well in this player from River Plate. But at the same time, it's like, if we're going in for him, why don't we just go for Consensao somewhere? I don't know. Why not just go in for Consensao? Like, he's a right winger that can play left wing and he can play centre forward. He's 18 years old. And from River Plate, I just feel like, I don't know. Do any of you know about this guy, this Ian Siabri? Is it Siabri? Siabri or whatever his name is? I don't know. I don't know about this youth, bro. I don't know about this youth. Do you know what I mean? Coming straight from the Argentinian league to this league, something tells me that's not gonna go. That's not gonna be a smooth transition. Arteta is bang average manager who has literally been given all the time and money to get to this level, not his tactical acumen. Bro, it's true. He wouldn't get this at another, but this is his last big job, in my opinion, bro. You don't win a major honor this season. This is his last big job. He ain't never going to get a job like this again, bro. Arteta need a left-sided centre-back and a right-sided centre-back. Eddie told us lies and Berto is exposing him because they told us we have to sell to buy and didn't sell to get Eze. So the books are fine. Only thing that's a mess is that wage structure. Yeah, but we saw this anyway when the reports came out that we financially are in a good situation in terms of, but we need to, obviously that wage bill now is getting out of hand now. It's getting out of hand. You know what I mean? Which is why they're now trying to rush and get these players off the books. But then again, it's a mess. But then they go and give Trossard a contract extension. It just doesn't make sense. A lot of things just don't make sense. No, I actually don't need anybody. He should be going, not getting more players to waste. That's the problem. One good result and men are instantly delusional. I hate this. You can't tell me Arteta hasn't been living off that FA Cup from 2020. Literally got everything he wanted since. And he's not proven he can get over the line. I get it. I get it. Can't argue with any of that. You know what I mean? Edu is already poisoning Forest. He's had a falling out with Nuno, apparently. Crazy. Those are Pulis signings, but that's what he likes. He likes to play Pulis football. You know what I mean? Big up North. Big up, bro. In all fairness, Hincapie is a left centre back in a back three, but he could probably play left back as when he played left centre back in a back three, and Tapsoba in right centre back would push high for Leverkusen. Okay, a lot of people saying good things. A lot of like I said, I'll take you lot's word for it. You lot probably watch him more than me. You know what I mean? I don't watch him. It is what it is. I don't know, man. Listen, I think you need to let's give Zubimendi an opportunity, bro. People are so quick to say, "Yo, this player's a bum." This player's. It's not even, bro. It's not even been 5 games. I normally be giving them about 10 games, 10, 11 games before I start saying, "All right, cool." Like I'm not with it. You know what I mean? I've seen enough. Come on, bro. It's been like 1 game, bro. 2 games in the Prem. 2 games in the Prem. You know what I mean? Man, I'm saying I don't know. But let's chill on that. Let's chill on that. I think it's a bit early to say that. And you already know if the guy ain't good enough, I'll call it out. I got no problem in calling it out. Ecuadorian here, he's better defensively than Grimaldo. Okay. Now, Northside, this manager spent $1 billion. All position covered. The quality might be in question, but this manager needs to prove his worth. He needs to be the X factor. 6 out of 10 or not, he needs to win with this. Yeah, bro. That's just my rating of the transfer window so far. Bro, you already know my thoughts on Arteta. He has to go. He's been given more than enough time. He's been given everything, bro. He's been given everything. Things that people never wanted to give to flipping Unai Emery. And I'm not saying that Unai Emery had to stay. I'm just saying, like, I don't understand how they're so patient with this manager and not with the previous. I don't get it. I just do get it, actually. Just love this manager. But yeah, he's got to go. For me, he's got to go. I'm ready to get rid of this guy, man. I've been ready to get rid of this guy for a long time. Been impressed with the incomings mostly, but we still need to work on the outgoings. If we could buy like Liverpool and sell like Chelsea, the league would be basically a piece of cake. Yeah. Now I hear it. Yeah, I mean, personally, I give this window 7 to 8 out of 10. The X factors are there to win the league. Nah, I'll give it a 6, bro. I'll be real. I'll give it a 6. But that's me. I'll give it a 6. North, when the girl talk coming? Yeah, we'll do the girl talk soon, bro. I don't know when. Let me holler at the girls and then see when we can do the girl talk, bro. We can definitely do the girl talk. Arnal Martinez started off all right, but he's bang average and loves getting booked. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. It's all crazy. Most managers at this level could do what Arteta does. Defend first, hard to break down, and play against type of team. It's not hard. It's not hard to set your team up to just defend. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, man, that's the news around Arsenal. I also saw that apparently Kai Havertz may have to have surgery. What's this here? Where is it? Kai Havertz. Where is it? There we go. Surgery possible as Kai Havertz ruled out of Germany's squad. Kai Havertz has been ruled out of Germany's September World Cup qualifiers after suffering a knee injury that could yet require surgery, according to the director of the German national team. What's this here? Arsenal have so far provided details on the nature of the knee injury or on a recovery time frame. What's this here? The German manager said he certainly won't make it. He has a knee injury. We don't know exactly how things will unfold in the next few weeks, whether surgery will be necessary or whether it will be treated conservatively. Yeah, this is looking bad for him. This looking bad for him. He's probably gonna have it. He's probably gonna have surgery. He's probably gonna have surgery, but it is what it is. I don't wish injury on no player, but Havertz is gonna be out for time. Havertz is gonna be out for time, unfortunately. That's gonna be a long recovery as well. On the knee, Yeah, he's gonna be out for some time. He's definitely gonna be out for some time. But yeah, man, nothing ever changes with this club, man. Nothing ever changes with this club. But apparently, a Turkish side is showing some interest in Lokonga. Trabzonspor are the team that look interested in getting Lokonga. Is there a fee? I'm not seeing a fee, bro. Just sell him for a fiver. Do you know what I mean? Just get him off the wage bill. Like, hopefully, Trabzonspor, you can come in. You can come and get him, bro. You can come and get him. We don't need Lokonga. We don't need Lokonga. You could take him. We're tired. Let him go. Let him go. You know what I mean? If we can get rid of Lokonga, Reece Nelson, Kivio, all these guys, bro, they can all go. You know what I mean? They can all go. We're not even going to be too picky with the asking price. So you know what I mean? Just let them go. I don't think Arteta way of playing is sustainable. There will be reservations on all the forward signings, pressure to win the Prem. If Arteta don't play to Gyökeres' strengths, it could be a long season. He's taken away from a lot of players' games, bro. Even Saka, like, let's be honest, he took away from Saka's game. Like when Saka started this season, I know it's only been 2 games, but we wasn't even getting the most out of Saka, let alone Gyökeres. And on the left-hand side, he still hasn't resolved it. Some people are gassing me, trying to tell me, yeah, Madueke is going to link up with Gyökeres. I haven't seen that, bro. I haven't seen that. I mean, man, we're talking about 1 game in pre-season, and now all of a sudden the season started. We ain't seen none of that from Madueke. None of that. Man ain't linking up with nothing. So I don't know, man. The whole thing just looks all over the place. Hopefully Eze can come in and start. We have got a little bit of luck on our side in terms of we're facing Liverpool at a good time. With the situation with their fullbacks, the way that certain defenders like Konate are defending. Wirtz hasn't, he hasn't turned up yet at all. So it's a good time to face Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? In terms of where they're at right now, in terms of the way they're gelling certain players, new players and stuff like that. They're always a threat, of course. Do you know what I mean? You saw Gravenberch score the other day. You always got players like, Ekatike, to be fair. He's been one of them that's just hit the ground running. He's scoring. Salah's always a threat. Gakpo's always there. That's a threat as well. But the way that they're defending, the way they're pressing so high up, the way the fullbacks keep getting caught out of position, the way they're not defending winning their aerial duels, it can work to our advantage. It can work to our advantage if we go there and attack them and apply the pressure. But at the same time, we're going there without Saka, which is a massive miss. And will we actually try to exploit their defensive fragilities at this moment in time? I don't know if we will. I don't know if this manager wants to go toe-to-toe or wants to stink it out and leave with a point. Do you know what I mean? But it's definitely a very good time to be playing Liverpool at the moment. But you still gotta be fearful. You still gotta be wary. It's Liverpool. At the end of the day, they can turn it up. I mean, look at the game against Newcastle. The youngster turning up at the last minute to get them through the game. You know what I mean? That's the Liverpool that we've, a lot of times have come to respect. But obviously, it's not sustainable defending like that and still picking up all 3 points. They know that they're gonna drop points if they continue to play like that. But that's their situation. That's their problem. If we get Gyökeres in and involved, dragging Konate out of position and asking questions of Konate, then we could definitely cause damage to Liverpool. But at the same time, are we playing to Gyökeres' strengths? Are we? Because I saw in the last game, even though he scored a goal, to be fair, he created that goal by himself. He took on 2 players, cut in, and scored that goal. And then he obviously scored a penalty. But are we creating opportunities for him week in, week out? We're not creating opportunities for Gyökeres week in, week out. A lot of the times the players are mistiming their passes for the through balls. A lot of the times they're not playing it fast enough or holding on to the ball too long. So we need to fix that up as well. We got things that we need to fix as well. But yeah, man, we'll see. We will see. We will see. I don't want to see no Calafiori playing, up against Mo Salah or nothing like that. They'll eat us alive. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we need to have Skelly back there. Well, yeah, well, we can't be playing a Calafiori at left back. Like if this manager starts playing Calafiori in that, it's gonna be long. You know what I mean? It's gonna be long. It's gonna be really long. If Calafiori starts the game up against Salah, bro, we're conceding 3 goals, bro. That guy is defensively a joke. I can't lie. What's your predicted lineup against Liverpool? To be honest, if I look at the team, obviously up front Gyökeres. For some reason, I feel like he's going to start Madueke. I feel like he's going to start Madueke on the left. On the right-hand side, I don't know. He should be starting Dalman, but I think he's going to start. He might actually, Madueke on the right. He'll probably start. This is what Arteta's going to do. Gyökeres up front, Madueke on the right, Martinelli on the left. Yeah. Odegaard in the 10. Zubimendi, Rice, Gabriel Saliba, Timber, and Lewis Skelly at left back. That's what I think he's going to do. I don't think he's going to start Eze. I don't. He loves up Odegaard. That's his captain. I don't think he's going to drop him the way we expect Odegaard to be dropped. I don't. I think he's going to go. I think he's still going to hold back the youngsters. I don't think he's going to start them and use them as an impact sub. You know what I mean? And start Madueke and Martinelli as the starting wingers. And I feel like we're going to be all over the place going forward because of that. I don't see him playing what we want to see. Gyökeres, Dalman, Ethan, Eze. That there that would cook. But he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. Because that means sacrificing his favorite, Odegaard. He don't want to sacrifice his favorite. And also, he doesn't like putting his faith in youngsters, even though he started this whole project and process as a youth project. But now, all of a sudden, he doesn't really want to, unless you're a Skelly and there's no adequate competition, like you ain't got none of the favorites in your way, then you ain't going to start, innit? You ain't going to start. So that's what I think he's going to do. I'm going to be honest. If we dropped Odegaard, and where we put Eze on the left, Dalman on the right, then I'd be confident. We know he's not going to do that. Do you know what? I'd play Eze in the 10, bro, and I'd put Dalman and Ethan on the wings, bro. That's what I would do. I'd play Eze in his best position personally. Yeah, that's just me. If we dropped same comment, I'm also worried about them exploiting that left-hand side. I hear it. Yeah, Skelly can be rash. He hasn't had the best pre-season. Let's keep it honest. He didn't have the best pre-season. So there is reason for concern. But if he can get back into, his best, I just think the inverted thing sometimes, just leaving him a bit exposed. Just let him just sit there and defend. And you know what I mean? This constant, doing this inverted thing is just getting us caught out at times. So I think, yeah, Skelly just needs to go back to basics, man. But I'd rather just see how he plays as a midfielder, like in a number 8. But this manager won't do that. Miles Lewis Skelly affect the balance at left back and prefer a left back than inverted thing. Yeah, I don't think he gives what Timber gives on the right hand side to Saka. Do you know what I mean? Madueke is already limited if he's going to start on the left, or Martinelli or Madueke. You need a fullback that's going to overlap and give them space, you know what I mean, and give a defender something to think about. Do you track the fullback or do you track the winger? You know what I mean? Do you hold your run or do you run towards the fullback that's trying to overlap? So I think that would be a lot better on the left-hand side. That left-hand side is so stale, man. It's so stale. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it works, like Lewis Skelly can receive the ball in the half turn, run through the middle of the pitch and spark a counter attack. But when we go up against the mid blocks, low blocks, it starts becoming more difficult for him to get past. And as soon as he loses the ball, we've got a gaping hole at left back. So it's a massive risk, man. Some opposition it works. A lot of games it doesn't necessarily work. It doesn't necessarily work. He's going to be boring. He's not going to start either Ethan or Dalman. Yeah, facts. Is Odegaard going to be fit? If Odegaard is fit, because I don't see any news so far, but we will see. If Odegaard is fit, he's playing Odegaard, no matter what. He's playing Odegaard. I would like to see Ethan off on a loan move in a lower team to build more engine as a starter, then get Rodrigo on loan with an obligation to buy next season when sipping off, I think you mean shipping off Martinelli. Yeah, man. I just, yeah, I don't know. If this manager is going to keep these youngsters, then play them. Actually develop them. Otherwise, you're better off just letting them go out on loan because you're not doing anything to benefit their development, you know. And a lot of the times, Ethan and Diamond, they deserve starting. They deserve it. They deserve the starts. They deserve to be playing those minutes. So I just feel like either you develop them and you give them minutes that are actually justified based on performances, or you let them go out on loan. You know what I mean? I would prefer Arteta using these players and starting them because they deserve it. So I don't know. I don't know with this manager, bro. I don't know. I just think he just so shook to go away from his favorites, man. I don't even think he will start Eze at all. Yeah, I don't think he'll start him, but I think he'll come on as a sub. But I don't think he'll start him. What's this? It's gonna be pure cinema if Gyökeres gets injured and we're back to Moreno up front again. But it's okay. We're selling defenders to buy defenders. Who needs a backup striker? It is what it is. But they will say that we're just moaning. You know, a lot of this fan base will say we're just moaning. We're just being negative. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. They'll chat the most S, bro. Until we get an injury, and then they will say the same thing as we do. You know what I mean? They're always too slow. This fan base are always too slow, man. It happens all the time. It happens every year. You know what I mean? Just be happy. Just be happy. Look at what we done in the window. Just be happy. I bet you any money now, because we're going in for this Hincapie guy now. All of a sudden now, you're not allowed to moan about anything. You're not allowed to complain about everything. Everything's fixed. Everything's fixed. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Why is this moving like that? What the hell? But yeah, man. Hopefully we can just let Jakub Kiwior go. And we can... What's going on? We can go get the P's that we need to, man. And reinvest in this team. Do what we need to do, man. Do what we need to do. But yeah. What's this here? Let's just see. Yeah, it's mad. I'm not seeing any news and any more the injured players. Literally, just Kai Havertz. Apparently, he could need a knee surgery. That's it. Look at this. Martin Odegaard named in Norway's squad despite shoulder injury concern. Odegaard has been named in Norway's squad ahead of their fixtures against Finland and Moldova. What's this? The Arsenal and Norway captain was slighted leaving the stadium with his arm in a sling, heightened concerns over the extent of the injury. Arteta said Martin felt something in his shoulder when he landed. We don't know. We'll have to scan him tomorrow and understand a bit better. However, following Sunday's scans, there is optimism within the club that the injury to both him and Bukayo are not as serious as initially feared. Okay. Apparently, Odegaard and Saka's injuries are not as serious as the concerns were before. We'll see about that. We will see about that. We will see about that. Because at the end of the day, this manager's never been transparent when it comes to injuries. He's never been transparent. He's played players injured. He's run players into the ground while injured. He doesn't understand when a player looks like they're out of form. Arteta's management of injuries is absolutely horrendous. Before the Leeds game, we've been saying Saka looks like he's going to pick up an injury. He looks like he's played like he already has an injury. Guess what? He got an injury. We're saying Ben White don't look the same. He's been looking like not himself. It looks like he can pick an injury. All of a sudden, got an injury. We said, Odegaard got injured last season. We gotta be careful with that. He could get another injury. Boom, got an injury. So this is the thing. Havertz Had an injury last season, this season, injury, knee surgery. This is what we're saying. Like, as a manager, listen, as a manager, you need to understand what the first of all, there's so many doctors, there's so many people around the club, yeah, monitoring these players, looking after these players. Is it that Arteta's not being told that these players are at risk of getting re-injured? Is it that he's ignoring the advice from the medical team and saying, no, I don't care, I'm bringing them back? The medical team says 3 months recovery. Arteta says 1 month and I need the player back. I don't know. But it's, where there's no smoke, where, there's no, it seems like there's smoke here. Do you know what I'm saying? It seems like something's up here. So I don't know. I don't think it's just random that we're getting all these injuries. I really don't. I think it's fatigue. I think it's playing players into the ground. Like, there's too many players that you're ignoring what's going on. Like, too many players. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't get it, man. I don't know. Like, I really don't get it. Like, even like you used to see like managers like Fergie and stuff stop players going on international duty to also not just it was the best decision for the club, but also saving the player from it for himself. Do you know what I mean? Saka's been getting run into the ground. He's been getting run into the ground from time ago. We said this already 2-3 seasons ago. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's the same with Odegaard. Like, Odegaard ain't good enough, but he'll run him into the ground, run him into the ground, run him into the ground, run him into the ground. I'm tired of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Manage your players. Even though I don't rate Odegaard like that, manage the players, manage their time. Like, how is it that all the players just keep getting injured all the time? You can't play the same starting 11 in every competition every single year. You know what I mean? And then expect everyone to be fit, man. It's just crazy. Crazy. Like, this guy never rotated Havertz here last season. He ran him into the ground, ran him into the ground. Then he wanted to start the Moreno experiment. It's like, if you knew that Moreno could play as a striker, why didn't you just rotate him with Havertz last season? But you ran Havertz into the ground so bad that he got injured. You know what I mean? It's ain't a surprise. It's ain't a surprise, bro. You know what I mean? It's crazy. What are you saying, King, bro? You good?
Yeah. All good, bro. All good.
What you saying, man?
Nothing, man. Just, you know what I mean. Just chilling, bro. You know what I mean. Just seeing some of my fan base in meltdown, bro. After that second game, bro. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. After that freaking second game of the season against Fulham. After that, after that 1-1, I'm seeing my fan base starting to melt down, bro. And yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. People got too gas over the Arsenal game, bro. People was like, oh, Amarim has coached the win against Arsenal. You know what I mean? Amarim's got his tactic book out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's got his tactic book out. We outplayed Arsenal. Rare tear. We didn't win the game, bro. And plus, against Arsenal, Arsenal just sat back, bro. Arsenal just sat back and allowed United to have the ball, bro. Majority of the game, And people were saying, oh, but we created chances against Arsenal, but we created chances. Most of the chances that United created against Arsenal were half chances. Most of the chances United created was half chances, bro. The only clear-cut chance that we had in that game was the Mbeumo header. The Mbeumo header was the clearest chance that United had the whole entire game. The Cunha chance and the other Mbeumo chance, they were half chances. Dogu, that was a half chance. That was not a clear-cut chance. So, and bro, and in that freaking Fulham game, bro, this manager, honestly, bro, this manager, we played a pivot in the second half of Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes in the pivot. Man United played a pivot of Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount, bro, against Fulham, bro, in the pivot. in the second in the second half. Cunha had two chances. Cunha had two chances in the first half that he should have scored. But
Bruno's penalty was crazy, bro.
bro, you heard his excuse after the game, bro. Apparently the reason why he missed the penalty was because the referee didn't apologize to him. That's why that's why he missed the penalty, bro. According to Bruno, the reason why he wasn't concentrated and the reason why he didn't score the penalty was because the referee did not apologize to him. That's his excuse of missing the penalty. Yeah, that's his excuse, bro. This is what I'm talking about this guy, bro. This is what I'm talking about. Yet again, Kobe Manu, yet again, not coming on. This guy Mason Mount in the false nine. Mason Mount, he started Mason Mount in the false nine again. Sesko was on the bench again. Yeah, Mason Mount actually had a decent first half, but Mason Mount actually had a decent first half in the nine. But then in the second half, he puts him. But in the second half, at 0-0, he takes off Ahmad and then brings on Dalot. He brings on Dalot. He brings on Dalot at 0-0. He brings on Dalot for Ahmad, and then we ended up having Bruno and Mount. I can't remember who else came off. We ended up with Mount and Bruno in the pivot, and then literally 10 minutes after. 10 minutes after he took off Mount in the pivot and brought on Ugarte, and we got worse. And we got worse. and we got worse, and we had Manu and Xerxes on the bench. Oh yeah, that was it. Sesko came on in the second half. Yeah, Sesko came on in the second half. So Sesko was playing in the nine with Cunha and Mbeumo in the second half, and we had Mount and Bruno in the pivot. And then he takes off Mount when he was playing well in the nine, puts him in the pivot, and then he takes him off for Ugarte. Man United scored, bro. Man United scored a goal from a set piece, bro. From a Buki set piece, bro. That was an own goal, bro. That was an own goal, bro. United scored, bro. That was an own goal. That goal that we scored was an own goal, bro. In the second half, as well, yeah, bro. In the second half, as well, we brought on Maguire and Heaven, bro. We brought on Maguire and Heaven in front of Manu and Xerxes. Maguire and Heaven in front of Manu and Xerxes. We were doing an Arsenal thing north side. We were playing for set pieces, bro. We were relying on set pieces against Fulham, bro. Against Fulham. You know what I'm saying? Like we relied on set pieces to win the game, bro. And it's like people were saying, oh, but Cunha looked good in the Arsenal game. Mbeumo looked good in the Arsenal game. Yeah, they looked good because they are quality players. And if the manager would have played Højlund and Garnacho in the Arsenal game, the football wouldn't have looked as so good. People are surprised that Cunha and Mbeumo play well together. Why are you surprised that they play well together? They're quality players. So, and people say, oh, but when we brought on Ahmad in the second half for Diego Dalot, we looked better. Yes, obviously, because obviously Ahmad's a better wing back than Dalot. That's not new. Oh, Dogu looks good. Dogu has always looked good. Dogu looked good last season. So all of these things that people are hyping, about, we've already seen those things. We already seen that Ahmad and Dogu can go forward. We've seen that Cunha and Mbeumo can connect. We've already seen those things. We already saw those things last season. So why are people acting like this is new? This ain't new. People are surprised that he played Mason Mount in the number 9. Don't be surprised, bro. Don't be surprised what this manager does. This manager has been doing this. This manager was doing all this foolishness last season. Yeah, this manager was constantly starting Mazzarari and Dalot as wing backs. One game he was playing Mainu in the 10, and then one game he was playing him in the 8. He kept on playing Mainu in the 8, and like after the game, yeah, he came out saying, "Oh, the reason why he's not playing Kobe Mainu because he's fighting for Bruno Fernandes's spot, which is the pivot." Which is the pivot, by the way. Bruno Fernandes is a pivot in his system. Yeah. But then you said Amarim that Mainu's fighting for Bruno's spot in the pivot. But then last season you said in the Europa League when Mainu got mad at the match in the 10 against Victoria Pleasant, you came out after that game and you said Mainu can't defend in the pivot. But then all of a sudden you're saying now that he's fighting for Bruno's spot who plays in the pivot. Make it make sense. Yeah, make sense.
Why don't he like I don't understand why you don't like Maino, bro. Everyone can see his talent. I don't get it. Like why is he not playing Maino, bro? I don't get it. It's because this guy just thinks in the Premier League, and it's the same thing with Ten Hag. It's the same thing with Ten Hag. These men abroad, when they come to the Premier League, they think you don't have to have any technical. They don't think you have to be good on the ball. All they think in their head is that you have to be a good athlete in the Premier League. No, you have to be a good athlete and you have to be good on the ball to play in the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about being an athlete in the Premier League. You also have to be good on the ball. But that's what Amarim does not understand. And this is what I'm talking about. People are talking about, oh, Amarim coached the win against Arsenal and these things, and Amarim's improved this player and Amarim's improved. Like, bro, if Amarim was that good, if Amarim was that good as a coach, why are we relying on individual brilliance to win those games? Ask yourself that question. Why are we relying on individual brilliance to win those games? Because that was the same thing under Ten Hag. That was the same thing under Ten Hag. That was the same thing under Ten Hag. Tactics, bro. Limited tactics. We get this with Arteta all the time. Yeah. And the tactics ain't tactical in. All of a sudden, he needs Saka to bail him out. You know what I mean? He's wishing that Odegaard can bail him out because they don't know what he's doing. Yeah, so I completely hear what you're saying. I don't understand in what world Mason Mount gets in the starting lineup and Kobe Mainoo doesn't. It doesn't make sense to me. Do you know what I mean?
74 million we spent on Sesko, and he started Mount in the night, even though he did have a good game in the first night in the first half. But just because you had one good game, that doesn't mean that you can play there long term. And we all know we all know that Mount isn't reliable anyway. We all know that Mason Mount is going to pick up an injury. What happens, yeah? And I've been saying to people, yeah, and I said this last season. Yeah. What happens when our signings get injured? What happens if Cunha and Mbeumo gets injured? Then we're back to square one again. So people talk and news. And obviously about Mainu as well, there's been news are coming out of saying Mainu's considering to leave Manchester United. Of course he's considering leaving Manchester United because of this manager, bro. And it's like, and it's like it's just the wrong timing, bro. It's like, bro, if we let Mainu go now, yeah. If United let Mainu go now, yeah, we are gonna have to bring in either another midfielder or another 10. Whatever people see Mainu as an 8 or as a 10, whatever, I see him as a 10. But if we get rid of him, we are going to have to bring in a late replacement for him. We are going to have to bring in a late replacement for him because the only option, if we let Mainu go, the only quality option as a 10 that we've got is Xerxes. That's it, bro. The only quality option, if we let Mainu go, the only quality option we got in the 10 is Xerxes. That's it. Like there's no one else, bro. And it's like, bro, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same. And people are now hammering out after that game, and it's like, why did it have to take you 2 games to realize that this manager isn't good enough? We saw all the same crap last season. Why is it took you 2 games to realize that? It's like, bro, these people are honestly dumb, bro. Some of these men are honestly so dumb, bro. Like, bro, it's the same thing under Ollie. It's the same thing under Ten Hag, under Jose. They rely on players to get them out of situations. They didn't use their coaching skills, bro. These men rely on players to get them out of danger. That's not what makes you a good coach, bro. I've seen Thomas Frank. I see Deji, yeah. Deji's getting gas over Thomas Frank, and I rate Thomas Frank. Deji is getting gas over Thomas Frank. Why? Because Thomas Frank is coaching play. He's getting the best out of the players. Tottenham finished lower than Manchester United, by the way. Tottenham finished 17th. Man United finished 15th. Thomas Frank has already come in and he's already improved certain players. He's improved Richarlison. He's improved Saw. He's improved Pedro Porro defensively. He's already improved players. Even Romero. He's improved Romero as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He's already improved players, and Tottenham finished lower than us, bro. Lower than United.
And there's an idea as well on how they're going to attack. They're getting the most out of Richarlison with Kudus linking up. You can see the gameplay.
Yes.
Even Bergvall in the midfield, the way that he was controlling the game the other day in the middle of the pitch. Bergvall, you know what I mean? So I completely get what you're saying. Even Spence as well. Like, he's a good player, but he's not getting exploited as much. Even Pedro Porro isn't getting exploited as much.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's what good managers do, though. Good managers will get you in a system that he can cover up certain players' deficiencies, and he will get patterns of play. I think the most annoying thing is when you don't see patterns of play. The same with Arsenal. I don't feel like we have patterns of play anymore. Yeah. I don't know how we're building out from the back. I don't know how we're going to attack. There's no cohesion. Obviously, my manager's a little bit different because he's been there a lot longer. It's completely you know what I mean? But I get what you're saying, bro. When you start looking at this and you're like, bro, I can see basic coaching. Like, look at Glasner. Look at Glasner at Crystal Palace, bro. Look at the way he's got them balling out.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Too much, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like, the thing is that I know Arteta isn't the greatest coach, but the one thing that Arteta has done is, in the past, he might have adapted too late, but he's adapted his style more seasons, but it might have been a bit too late, but he's adapted most of his styles. Like, obviously, one bit you were playing like defensive football, and then one bit you were playing attacking football, and now you obviously gone back to, like, obviously the defensive football. Like, Amorim hasn't even adapted, bro. He hasn't even adapted once, bro. Since he's come here, you understand? Like, you can't expect to play the same way, yeah. You can't expect to play the same way, yeah, and expect to win games. Like, the individuals like Cunha and Mbeumo have made his system look a bit better, but that's not because of him. That's because of Cunha and Mbeumo. That's because of the quality of them two. That's not because of him. That's what people are not understanding. And it will be the same thing when we do bring in, even if we do bring in a midfielder, we are going to bring in a goalkeeper from the Belgian league. I don't know a lot about him, but even if Man United bring in a midfielder and bring in a goalkeeper, of course the system is going to look better because we got more quality players in the system. But that's nothing to do with the coaching. And it's like, people will say, but we need more midfielders and stuff like that. Well, Ruben Amorim chose to keep Bruno Fernandes. He chose to keep Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes does not fit in his system, but he chose to keep him. Him and the club, Ineos, decided, they came together and said, we are keeping Bruno Fernandes even though it's 100 mil. They decided to keep this guy, and look where we are. Like, like even the point, like even a guy who commented about Berta has done better than Edu. That's not hard. Yes, yes, yes. Ineos have been better than the Glazers, but it's not hard to be better than the Glazers. You understand? It's not hard to be better than the Glazers. You understand? Because Ineos have done good. They've done decent recruitment, but their managerial decisions have been awful. And we have to keep it a book with that. Their managerial options have been awful. The reason why they said that they didn't sack Ten Hag was because they didn't have all the people in place. Well, you've had all the people in place this season, and you decided to keep Ruben Amorim, who was worse than Ten Hag. So how does that make sense? How does that make sense? We needed a midfielder even last season. We needed a midfielder in last season. We didn't get a midfielder last season. We should have gotten in a midfielder last season. We let Jadon Sancho go to Chelsea late in the window and didn't bring in a replacement. Cool. You did not want Jadon Sancho at the club, but you have to bring in a replacement. When you let go of players, you have to bring in replacements. That is just the basics. And last season we was already light in attack, and we let him go and did not bring in a replacement. We also chased Dan Ashworth last season. Yeah, we chased Dan Ashworth all last season. Yeah, and then he was the person. Dan Ashworth, who was our sporting director last season, he was the one who gave Bruno Fernandes a pay rise, because Bruno Fernandes was on 240 and we bumped him up to 300k. That's because of Dan Ashworth. Appointing Dan Ashworth was a big mistake. You know what I'm saying? So that people can say Ineos have done great with recruitment, they have, but they've also made a lot of mistakes as well. So like being like 40 or being like 30% better than the Glazers is not hard. I want Ineos to be. I don't want Ineos to be 30% better than the Glazers. I want Ineos to be 80% better than the. I want Ineos to be 70 to 80% better than the Glazers. It's not hard to be better than the Glazers, because we all know the Glazers did not do anything at the football club. So it's not hard to be better than the Glazers. So yeah, man. But United have got a long way to go, bro. And like. And I realized this as a United fan, yeah, is this that like we just need to bring in Man United need to bring in a coach that can actually adapt, because I'm sick and tired of these coaches coming in, yeah, and just playing one way, bro. I'm tired of it, bro. It does not work. We've seen it with Ten Hag, with Josie, with Oli. We've seen it with all of these men that played one way and it's never worked. Man United need to bring in a coach that has a plan A, that has a plan B, that has a plan C. We need to bring in a manager that can play multiple systems. Like for example, Eddie Howe at times plays a 4 at the back. At times he plays a 5 at the back. At times he plays a 3 at the back. You get what I'm saying? So it's like Man United just need a coach that actually adapts and coaches the players, instead of having a coach that needs 10 of his own players to just play to play his style. No, bro, fuck all of that, because we've seen that hasn't worked. We've seen that hasn't worked. Man United need to go in a new direction. So that's what it is.
Nah, facts, man. Facts, bro. Yeah, I'm saying big up King every single time, man. Big up, man. Nah, done, bro. I haven't recovered yet, bro. I haven't recovered yet. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that segues really well into who we're going to redirect to. Jay from the Cave. Obviously, went Carney with us yesterday. We're going to redirect to him for his Carnival show. He's doing a recap on everything that happened at Carnival. So big up to everyone that's locked in. We're going to redirect to Jay. Northside Raid on the way in if you want to hear some of the stories. Man's there on the cover. You know what I'm saying? Carnival 2025 was lit. Chill stream. Big up to everyone that's locked in. We're going to redirect to Jay, and I'm out. I'll see you guys later on for the show. I'm out, man. Love.
Yeah, man. Love.